There's a reason that some people can speak once and they're known and they get opportunities and it's wild and crazy and awesome. And then others can post constantly and get crickets.
Pour a cup of clarity, sip a spark of insight. Coffee with Karma, your morning feels just right.
The difference is not what you think it is. It's not it's not the effort that one puts into it. It's how they structure what they're talking about. When your ideas are organized into a clear authority position, every appearance carries weight and people understand what you're talking about more easily, more readily, and more importantly, more memorably. So, in this episode, I'm going to share with you 5 principles that will turn your book into leverage so that it's not just content. Hi, my name is Carma Spence, and I help established experts grow their authority primarily with the asset of a book, but beyond that as well. We do it while having fun and using AI ethically. And most importantly, what's between your ears, right? Your brain. This is what creates authentic content, even if you're using AI to amplify it. If you're watching this video on YouTube, please like this video, comment below, share with others, and subscribe to my channel so that the YouTube algorithm knows that this is good stuff and shares it with other people. Let's get to these 5 principles. The first one is a strategic book becomes your filter, not just your message. Now, what am I saying here? What I'm saying here is that you want to write a book in such a way that it just magnetizes your ideal dreamy clients, but at the same time, gently pushing away those people you were not meant to serve. The way you do this is you speak to a very specific top of mind problem that your ideal clients have. And then you talk about it in a way that attracts your ideal people to you. Like, I help people with authority building books. There may be other people who do the same thing, but someone would hire me and not them, or them and not me, because of other things, because of how I talk about it, because of the examples I use, because of my personality. Be yourself in your content, because that is what truly magnetizes your ideal peeps. The people who I work with, they like that I'm a geek. They like that I'm kind of bubbly and creative and laugh easily. The people who don't like that, they're probably not watching this video or they've already left if they started. When you are yourself, the people who are like would have been your besties become your bestie clients, right? Principle number 2, the right book pre-frames every conversation you enter. Your book is framing you as the expert of specific problems. So if someone's read your book, they're going to go into a conversation with you already having at least a vague idea, if not a solid idea, of what you do and how you do it, so that you don't have to explain yourself as much. Now, yes, you're going to get into conversations with people who haven't read your book. Okay, that happens. So you still need to be ready for that. But the people who come to you through your book, they're already pre-framed. They already know they want to hire you because that's why they're on the call. They read your book, they want to work with you. Number 3, authority grows faster when ideas are structured first. So when I first started really leaning into this whole I help people with books idea, I was a little bit more scattershot. I didn't have a framework. I didn't have a system. I didn't have an author's journey. I didn't have a structured way of talking about what I do. And so it always just seemed, if you look at my content back then, it just seemed random. Now, over the past year, where I've really dialed in my systems and my content pillars and have really organized how I talk about things, my content's much more cohesive and it follows a journey. If you go back and looked at my posts on LinkedIn, you will see a progression. This topic leads to this topic, leads to this topic. Yes, every once in a while there'll be a little pop up that's like not on that topic because, the world is happening, news is happening. And so I try to bring up things that are important to you in the news. That's why I have my AI for Authors weekly dispatch. Every week I talk about the things that happened that week in the news that would affect an author, or I take a deeper dive into one thing. Like, for example, this past weekend, I talked about Notebook LM because I had talked about it before and said, this is how you should use it to write a book. Well, it's just come up with some new uh, things integrating with Gemini, which makes it even more powerful. So I talked about that. There is a method to the madness that is karma. What is yours? What is yours? What is the method that is the madness of you? Codify it. I have my craft framework. Turns out when I was really honing this, I've been doing this for 2 years. I just didn't know that's what I was doing. And now I've codified it. Now other people can do it too. When you codify what you do, when you systematize, you make things easier to follow, easier to understand, and easier to remember. Number 4, a book turns scattered insights into directional leadership. And this is something I've mentioned before. You may have not heard me say it, but the process of writing a book gets you more clear on what it is that you are talking about. And the thing is, even if you never publish that book, the process of writing that book got you so much more clear that you may not even need the book. And yes, I'm saying this as a person who like helps people get books out into the world. The most important thing before, during, and after a book is clarity, which is why I created the Clarity Compass. I will put a link to the Clarity Compass in the show notes below. But clarity is so important. And the way I've crafted the book writing process helps you get so clear that even if you decide, I don't want to publish this book after all, you've now got at least a couple of years, if not 5 years worth of content to build your authority upon. Why wouldn't you publish the book? But just as an example, it's that clarity piece. And books get you clear on your message way more than any other process. I mean, yes, writing like a TEDx speech or creating a course does get you clear on your content, but it usually takes a little bit longer and it doesn't do it quite as well as writing a book does. So, of course, I'm maybe biased. And principle number 5, visibility without positioning increases confusion. This is why all these things need to happen first. You need to get clear, write your book. Writing your book needs to come earlier in your now, you do need to know exactly what you want to build your business about before you write the book. Otherwise, you write the wrong book because I did it. Did that. Been there, done that. But a lot of people, I've talked to some people, they're like, well, I think I should be getting more speaking gigs before I write a book, or I need to build my business more, be more sustainable in my business before I write a book. You know what? A book gets you those things faster. So I highly recommend doing a book first. Of the authority assets that you could build, book is number 1 because it helps everything else fall into place. So there you go. 5 principles that will turn your book into leverage. Think this way, and your book is already better. In my next video, I will be sharing with you 3 quick steps to make your book strategic. Basically, I'm taking what we talked about today, and I'm giving you 3 things that you can actually do in your business to make your book more strategic. I hope I will see you there. Until then, this is Carma Spence saying ciao for now.
Bloopers!
And more importantly, more rememberably, memorably, and more importantly, more memorably. I still can't say it, but we'll go with it. There, I got it. Okay. All right. So let's get to those 5 principles. What are they, you say? Karma, what are those 5 principles? I am leaning in and trying to find out. Boy, am I just wacko today. I'm in a good mood. I had a great weekend. I hope you did too. Anyway,